Hello, I am Drag, and in this video I will be doing a tag because why not? So this tag is called the Sinnoh Memories tag. It was started by a PokeTuber called Birdkeeper Toby. I follow him somewhat. I don't really watch all of his videos. He's this guy who has a lot of energy, and sometimes I just can't keep up with it, so yeah. But I saw this tag and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, let me get in on that. But before I do that and tell you about all my random Pokemon memories, I want you to like, subscribe. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl came out just around the time when I was going into middle school, 6th grade, grade 6, whatever you call it. I was like around 12 to 13, so I was going through that phase. We all know that phase, where the thing that you say you loved the day before is the thing that you suddenly hate, even though you still love it, but you kind of reject it because you don't want people to think that you're a little kid, even though you still kind of are. So the games actually came out when I was in the 5th grade, but I didn't actually get them until around the summer when I was going into 6th grade. So I had actually completed the games and all that. Well, the game. I got Pokemon Pearl because Palkia is objectively better design-wise than Dialga. Don't at me. Your argument is invalid. And I loved its design much more. And I had 2 really good friends at that age, and we were all like, okay, so you'll get Turtwig, I'll get Chimchar, and you'll get Piplup. And like, that was the thing. But the thing about the Sinnoh starters is that they're all really good and all really well designed, to the point where I actually have had all 3, because if I went back to play the games, I would have a very difficult time on which one I would pick. So in this picture, that's why I have all of them. But I started off with a Chimchar because, like, I mean, it's a monkey with fire burning out of its ass. Come on, that's hilarious. And then it somehow moves to its head during its final evolution. It's weird. So I had Chimchar. But the thing is, I didn't actually have a DS at the time, so I had, well, I mean I did, but the top screen was broken, so I couldn't play the Pokemon games, so I had to use my brother's. And my brother would be like, okay, yeah, you can play, but you have to do my chores for a week, you know, like that kind of stuff. And I remember just always having to do his chores just so I could go to the next town. I loved the game so much that I was willing to do that. Now as an adult, I'll just be like, okay, I'll just watch somebody play through it. But then again, it's not the same. So yeah, I actually did that. Now, in this picture, like I said, you might have noticed that I have all 3 starters, but the Torterra is shiny. Why is that? Because in my Pokemon Platinum version, I got I picked Turtwig, and I remember exactly where we were. We were in Ohio, about to go skydiving. I wasn't going to skydiving. My mom and brother were. And we were in the car, and I was in the back. I had not gotten to play Platinum because of some moving trouble. Basically, when I had bought the game, my DS was on the other side of the country. So I had to like wait 3 months to play it. This was my first time ever playing Platinum. I put it in there, I picked my starter, and then Barry's like, oh yeah, let's battle. I'm like, all right, let's battle. And then he sends out his Chimchar, and I'm like, all right. And I send out my Turtwig. And my thought was like, why is that Turtwig a slightly darker color than like a regular Turtwig? It does the shine thing, like, I mean, that was in my head because I was in the back of a car. But I'm like, oh my god, like, I beat Barry's ass, you know, like, as you do. And then I just, like, saved the game as quickly as possible. I was messaging all my Pokemon friends. I was like, yeah, dude, I just got a shiny Turtwig. It's shiny, look at it, oh my god. Well, my phone didn't have a very good camera back then, but, like, I was telling all my friends that I had a shiny Turtwig. I've actually shown the shiny Torterra multiple times on this channel because I was still very proud. But, yeah, so that shiny Torterra, it was a very welcome surprise. And because like I know that there are people like spend hours, days, weeks restarting the game just to start their game off with a shiny, and I just did it by accident. And I'm like, okay. while going skydiving in Ohio. That was pretty dope. Each member of the team actually has a reason for being there. SwSh and Dust Noir were an interesting choice because I have not actually used SwSh during a playthrough, but I really do like its design. I love its cry in the game. I love the lore behind it. I love how it'll just freeze you, absorb your energy, like that's really fucked, but it's got a really nice design. And then you have Dust Noir. In my playthrough of Pokemon Platinum, I had a Dust Noir. I call it as a Duskull, and it was male. And I only remember that it's male because, very specifically, I remember how blue gender symbol next to its name was. And I was like, that's so blue. Why is that so blue? It doesn't make it, like, why? Why is that so blue? Like, it's just one of the most random things. I have no idea why it stuck out to me, but it did. And then Munchlax. Well, okay, so the games for Pokemon Diamond and Pearl were actually delayed at the time because the games literally had so much. They had so much in them. So the developers like, we cannot release this game in good conscience. Like, these games are nowhere near done. So they actually delayed it. And so what they were doing was they had Pokemon in the anime that weren't in Ruby and Sapphire. They weren't in Gen 3 because they were Gen 4 Pokemon. One of those Pokemon was Munchlax. Munchlax was my absolute favorite Pokemon to the point where I had a plushie. But I mean, I don't have that plushie anymore because, you know, angsty 13-year-old dragged, oh, I hate Pokemon, and gave it away at a White Elephant event. It's just really depressing because that thing was one of the collectible chibi plushies, which run for like $300 now on eBay. So I was like, oh, Drag, you're so fucking stupid. But you know what is life without stupid decisions, you know? And I even got that at Nintendo World. Okay, I got that in New York City at Nintendo World. We can talk about the mistakes of younger Drag, but that's a whole other video. The thing about Munchlax in the game is that it is damn near impossible to find with a whopping 1% chance of showing up at a very new gimmicky thing. You couldn't find a Snorlax in the game, so you literally could only use it, like you could only get a Munchlax either by trading or if you got lucky enough with that 1% chance with the honey trees that are their own form of tedium to get. So no. I don't think I actually had a Munchlax throughout the playthrough, but then again, I wasn't about to have a Snorlax because I didn't think Snorlax was very cool back then. And I think it's cool now, but like back then I didn't. And liking Pokemon is actually really cool. When I was in 6th grade and I was over at a friend's house, I had this game called Digimon World Dusk. And like, oh, they're all Pokemon people too. And I remember, but I was obsessed with Digimon at the time. I loved Digimon. And I mean, I still do, but like not to the same degree. I was always watching it. I was always like doing everything with it. And what they would, I would feel so embarrassed because this was a show that I watched when I was a small child. So I'm like, oh, Digimon is for kids, and I'm an adult now. I'm 13. Yeah, all that nonsense. So I was afraid to like let anybody know that I like Digimon and play this Digimon World Dusk game, which is a really good game. Like, you should, if you can manage to get your hands on it, I recommend it. But Digimon World, like, I was afraid to let people know that I had this game until like one day I was hanging out with some friends and their mom was driving us to the movie theater. I'm like, oh, I like Digimon. I said that like this so awkwardly and shy, and then one of the guys was like, so? I'm like, what? You think it doesn't matter? Like, what you like Digimon? What's the big deal? And in that moment, I was just like, huh. And I mean, it didn't get rid of the whole Pokemon hatred, quote unquote, Pokemon hatred phase. It didn't get rid of that. It was very eye-opening, I guess you could say. Yeah, like liking Pokemon's actually pretty cool because you're more likely to run into someone and make friends over that aspect than you are, well, anything else, I guess. At least for me. I'm hot weeb trash. Yeah. So I guess that's my Pokemon tag. Thank you for watching and listening to my rambles on about Pokemon Sinnoh memories. What are some of your Pokemon memories from Sinnoh type them down in the comments below. And yeah, like, subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Bye!